Hello and welcome to Lights on LA. I'm your host, Louise Gill. Today I'm very fortunate to have a young gentleman who is pretty well known to everybody in the Armenian community as well as the American. Arman Nshanyan, who has played in Brothers and has a performance on Saturday evening, June 15th at 8 p.m. at United Community Church in Glendale. First of all, welcome. You were in Armenia. You just got back.
Yeah.
So welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I have known you for almost above 20 years.
Yeah, we were talking about that a minute ago.
And remarkably, I knew that you come from a very well-known family. Mm-hmm. Your grandmother being a wonderful opera singer, mm-hmm. Arman Nshanyan, Shake Nshanyan, a very beautiful actress. Your dad, producer, director, actor himself. And now, not only do you act, but you are also a singer, which I had never known. And I will get the privilege of seeing you on June 15th.
Okay.
So tell me, how did that happen?
What, the singing?
The singing.
Well, I always, like you say, you always had the voice. But then the voice is not enough. You need training. There are very few people that are fortunate enough to be natural-born singers, And then most of us need to go and get trained if you have the talent, if you have the voice. And so I was about 22, and I remember I had just gotten through with getting into the actor studio, and I had finished all my acting training at various different schools, prestigious schools in LA and Hollywood. And then I got cast in a play in Hollywood, in North Hollywood, NoHo district, that ended up turning into a musical. For some odd reason, I don't know why. Yeah, the funding wanted, the person who was putting the money up said, I want a musical, and halfway through rehearsals, they decided to turn it into musical. So whoever basically was like, who has musical talent? And then it was a straight joke. I raised my hand and I said, yeah, I can sing opera. And I would sing in the shower. And my grandma, my grandma always said, your grandfather sang the same aria in the shower, your dad, and now you, which is the Ridi Pagliaccio aria from the Pagliaccio opera, by Leo Cavallo. And I belted it out. And he said, wow, that's amazing. And I said, really? No, come on, you're joking, right? And he said, no, really. And I said, okay. And he said, this is what we're doing. Before you say your monologue,
you're singing.
You're going to sing. Because the funny thing is, he had a professional recording of somebody great singing it, and I would come out in shackles, because I was an Italian, guy, and I would say this monologue. And then he's like, now instead of the recording, now you do it. And I was like, no, forget that I ever did that. I can't sing, whatever. So make a long story short, I ended up singing that for, 16 performances a month.
Wow.
And then, so I decided to take it up. And I said, okay, I'm going to Vienna. And my parents said, what? I said, yeah, I'm packing my bags and I'm leaving this week. Get me a ticket. And I just flew to Vienna, and I didn't know anybody. I didn't know the language. I didn't know the people. I put my bags down and I said, I'm here and I'm going to sing. And that 1 year of opera that I was supposed to do, I said, okay, I'm going to take a year off, go become an opera singer and come back. Yeah, right.
And how long did that last?
No, I'm still there. No, I'm still overseas. So that basically is the long story of how I became a singer. And, I always say that who was your teacher, or what was the reason, and I always end up saying that I'm a big fatalist. So I ended up saying that life. Life brings you to some doors and some windows that may be shut, but says, that's where you need to be. It's your job to figure out how to get in most of the time, but this is where there's no turning back. The boat's left. You're on an island. Go, get in. And that's basically what it did to me. So
now, what was your inspiration of? I mean, you have a family background of acting. Mm-hmm. Do you still pursue acting?
Yeah. I did the show that I was on was I was one of the leading actors on the Brothers show. It was a very famous show for the Armenian community and all over Armenia. And they say, what kind of show is it? And I always like to say it's a mix between, it's a soap opera format, but it's shot like a TV series. Shot like a Sopranos, right, or like a, Game of Thrones, but it's a soap opera format. So it's every day, and the quality is soap opera, but the storyline and everything else is TV series. So it's weird. It's hard to explain. Armenians have to always come up with their own thing, right, and this is their own version.
Well, we have to be unique,
right? And then it goes on prime time, so it goes on at like about 9 p.m. So it's not like a soap opera that goes, daytime. And so I was doing that, and now I produced my own reality show out there, which was like a Discovery Channel, a travel channel. We went and toured all over Europe, and we shot the different cities and stuff. And now I'm producing my own my own play.
Oh, so now you're producing also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So producing the play, which will be here in probably November, with Sos Johnny Bekyan. I know most of the people know who he is. He was also on the Brothers show with me. That's about it. I mean, I always, the acting has always been first for me. They always say,
I was just about to ask you, what inspires you most? What intrigues you most? The acting or the singing or both?
The phrase "what inspires you most" is something that I can't answer with either one. They both inspire me at different times in different ways. It's like saying who you love most, your mom or your dad. That's basically how I feel with the singing and the acting. If they said, because somebody today, a great actor, a friend of mine, who's also happens to be Armenian, but he's been here forever, said, what would you pick, if you had to? And I said, okay, since you're asking, I'd say acting. Yeah, that's me, because I'm more philosophical, I'm more psychological, I get deeper into the character. And singing is that way as well, but it's a different color that needs to come out of your spirit, out of your soul, than acting.
What kind of genre type of music are you going to be singing?
I always like to say it's popera, so it's not opera.
Okay.
Which I do the opera. I just did a couple operas in Armenia, but this is popera, so it's basically lightened and toned down. And it's the songs that we choose, or that I've chosen, are very. I mean, you'll know every single one that starts, and it's songs that I bet like, and everybody else likes. It's songs that you just like.
Well, you were saying Andrew Bocelli type.
It's kind of like a Bocelli, Josh Groban kind of verge, kind of genre. I believe that they've created this own genre. Josh Groban and Bocelli. Bocelli definitely has created this genre. Which it's not opera, but it's not like light music. It's right in between. So it's for the classic lover, but also for yeah, exactly.
And you will be singing in various languages.
Yeah, most of it's English, a couple in Spanish, couple in Italian, couple in Armenian.
What projects do you have coming up besides the producing of your series, the 25 series?
25 series. I have that 25 series, serial. So in Armenian we call it that. And then we have the play, which is The Odd Couple, basically. Neil Simon Odd Couple in Armenian.
Oh, how funny!
Yeah, it's really good because it's a very good translation, and it's very.
Wow.
The bad thing is that we do serious theater, serious movies, serious music, and it's not. And the problem is that most people like really light stuff that that's very easy to comprehend, and it's more Americans American people and international people like the opera, and they like the theater, and Armenians have a very different outlook on all that kind of stuff. But so anyways, we have the theater, we have the 25 series, we have what else do we have? And then like I said, we might shoot a pilot for Hollywood in Armenia.
Now, are you planning on living in Armenia the whole time, or are you going to come back and forth? Or?
That's a good question. I have so many projects lined up. I have a very, very secret project which has to do with Gomidas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a very secret project which I'm very passionate about, and it just got greenlit. So I have to finish that up. I have to finish the play up, and then I'm going to say no. After I finish all the projects I just said, I'm going to say no. That's it. I'm not doing anything else, and I want to possibly come back because I have a couple of projects lined up here, possibly for Hollywood. So I want to see and try that boat and see how far that sails.
Well, I'm sure that whatever you do, and as they say, the fruit does not fall far from the tree, and that's definitely something for you. I mean, I have seen you my whole life, and you were 2 years old when you came, and you have accomplished so much. And I'm really, truly honored that I got to see you not just blossom, but just become something. And it's truly remarkable. And I'm sure that you owe that to your parents and to your grandmother, because they have talent that is unbelievable, and you took after that.
The fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. Hopefully the fruit's not sour.
No. That I don't believe in. Let's talk a little bit about United Community Church. What are people expected to see there?
They're expected to see...
Is it a live band?
Yeah, it's a big band, a small version of a big band. So we have a lot of instruments. It's all done modern. All the songs. So I have Elvis songs. I have Sinatra. I have Armenian classics, romances. I have like Besame Mucho, Granada, stuff like that, which is all done because the maestro, the band leader, is actually brilliant. So the way he interprets all of it and makes it his own, Arman Nshanyan.
Oh.
Yeah, he does it in such a way where it's
He's
very,
amazing.
Yeah, basically.
He is amazing.
In one word, so you can't explain it. And it's very, I've never heard it that way. So I think that it's very, very fun to listen to.
Well, I'm sure all ages will love to see it and hear it. I urge all of you, United Community Church, it's in Glendale, 333 East Colorado. For tickets, please call ticketmakeit.com or 818-265-0506, which is a well-known number to everybody in the Armenian community. The artistic director and instrumental is Arman Nshanyan, he's amazing. I don't know, you seem to have, I'm just shocked at how you just got into all this stuff and all these projects and how you actually can maneuver all this. How do you do it? Going to Armenia, being in LA, going to different countries. How does it feel, first of all, since you were here ever since you were 2, how does it feel going back to Armenia?
Well, I was there first time to stay in 2004. And it was a real culture shock, because I was there, with like ripped jeans, long hair, beard, like I am now, and
minus the ripped jeans.
Minus the ripped jeans, and everybody back then was way more conservative than they are now, and I don't know. This is only people that have been to Armenia will understand what I'm saying, as far as like the way people look at you and the way people react to you when you're there, because they think that you're not Armenian, or they think that, not in a bad way, and they think you're just they're from Iran or other countries visiting, and they always look at you. They look at what you're wearing. They look at the way you walk and talk, and so there's a couple of fights, just with people, because I have a hot temper.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
I don't see that side.
Yeah, you don't. You see it in my art. You see it
in
now
your
in I channel it now correctly. And so then I was there, and then I got into the conservatory, and that was real weird, because I having now everybody that's grown up together, they know each other, and then this guy comes, and nobody knows him, nobody's ever heard of him, and now I'm in class with them, and it's very difficult. It's kind of like, it definitely is the word, culture shock.